Yo, what's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry's ZATIMA review. I don't even know what to call this thing, y'all. I'm going to just say that this is a special video just dealing with Zach and Fatima, specifically with episode 6. Oh, Father, if this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you choose to. If not, just sit back, relax, and we're going to get right into this thing. Now, I will go back and do a review of episodes 5 and 6, but I just had to talk about this, y'all. I just had to talk about this. So, episode 6 specifically, Zach, well, in episode 5 too, but 6, Zach tried the entire hell out of Fatima. I don't care who likes Zach, who ride for Zach, who always take up for Zach. Zach's ass is still trifling. And I'm like, as I'm watching this episode, I'm like, is this the Zach that so many people be in my comments claiming who has changed? I think the hell not. Zach is literally sitting on the couch with a naked Deja who only has a towel wrapped around her naked body. Zach saw the inside of Deja's house one too many times for me. In between episodes 5 and 6, Zach has no respect for his relationship with Fatima. No, he did not have sex with Deja. However, the fact that Zach is over the fact that Zach is entertaining her while knowing full well that she wants to have sex with him is beyond me. That scene, I literally sat there in disbelief. But anyway, I don't know why it's Zach, but it was really beyond me. So Zach sounded like a straight up teenager as he was talking to Deja. You just trying to make Fatima mad. Stop telling me that she gonna play me. I said, what? Excuse me, sir? Deja is his tenant, and he treats her like she's more than that. Like she your associate or your friend of some sort. I'm not even understanding why Zach has not taken more of a stance when it comes to Deja. I mean, I do know why, but we'll get to that a little later. Now, nothing about this scene was on the up and up for me. Everything about this situation was wrong. It started out when he went over there with Fatima's mom. But like I said, I ain't going to get too much into that. But just setting up the moments when he entered Deja's house. But you left Fatima mama outside when you walked into Deja's house. That was the first time. And you stayed in there a little bit too long for my personal liking. Then you went over there when she was making when the radio was loud as hell for you to go turn it down. It was just dumb. Then the third thing is when we see, her in the bathtub telling Zach, I know you want it. I know you want me. And he giving her the bedroom stare down eyes. I said, what is this? What the hell is this? And then we see them transition to the couch. Just when I thought it couldn't get worse, Tyler Perry said, oh, it does. Zach tells Deja, I'm trying my hardest not to F the out of you. I said, what? Go to hell, Zach. Go to hell. It's the audacity of it all for me. So I'm literally watching this scene with my mouth open because I cannot, I could not believe that he said that. I was like, he did not just say that, right? Like, he did not just say that. Like, nah, Zach didn't say that. So I paused, rewind. I said, oh no, he did say that. And I'm like, Zach doesn't even realize the power in which he's giving Deja. She already knows that she got it. She know that she bad. You know what I'm saying? She knows that Zach wants her. Now, it's one thing to be physically and sexually attracted to someone while you're in a relationship, but to tell the person how hard it is for you not to slide up in them, that's taking it to a whole nother level. That's like Fatima telling Paul, it's so hard for me not to sit it on your face right now. Like, that's the equivalent to me. And I'm like, even if Fatima was attracted to Paul, she did not disrespect Zach nor her relationship. I'm like, man, Zach is just wrong on every level. He's wrong. Then he leaves Deja's house, and he's trying to hide the fact that he's hard from Fatima, because Fatima was just getting out of a car. We'll get to that when I do the review of the episode, but he's trying to hide the fact that he's hard. So Fatima gets dressed for bed. Now, I want to say these things are called like a muumuu. I think that's what they're called, the gown she had on. And basically, when a woman wears that to bed, it pretty much let her man know, or her significant other know, that she or them, they ain't getting none. She's down for the count. She ready to go the hell to bed. So Fatima and Zach are having the same basic immature ass conversation or argument, whatever you want to call it, that they have been having concerning Deja. And instead of discussing the real issues that plague their relationship, I'm just like, y'all keep having the same repetitive discussion and it's not doing anything, because you're really not dealing with the real issues within your relationship. So Fatima says, when I start to ask myself, Fatima, what the hell are you doing? That's when I come to my senses. I said, well, sis, can you come to your senses like ASAP? Pretty please. So what are you saying? The whole time you've been with Zach, you've been senseless? Is that what you saying? Like, I just don't get it. I've said this many, many times. Why the hell is Fatima with Zach? There is no viable reason. At this point, there's just no viable reason. Trust doesn't exist within their relationships, and that's from both sides. Zach continually disrespect their relationship as it pertains to Deja. And I'm just like, honestly, I think he enjoys the attention that she gives him. I think he enjoys that. I think he gets a rush out of it. I really do. The other thing that tripped me out is when Fatima brought up the fact that he was hard coming from Deja's house. And he says, well, it gets hard for you all the time, but it was too much for you, remember? I'm like, wait a minute. Now, Zach and Fatima literally had that discussion about his sex drive the previous day. The previous day. Fatima is not withholding sex from Zach. She has not withheld sex from Zach. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you can't go one day without it? You can't go one day without it. Fatima has given in to your 4 a day, 5 a day, 6 a day sexcapades. And now you sitting up and telling me that you can't understand why that would be too much. You can't understand why it's great for her. It's essential for her to get a break in there. I'm like, come on, Zach. Like, if you're that hung up for sex, you really do have a problem. You really do have a problem if one day without sex is a big issue for you. So one thing I will say that I do not like about Fatima is that when she gets into these situations with Zach, she always threatens to leave, or she will leave and then pop back up either a few hours later or pop back up the next morning. And I'm like, sis, if you gonna go, just go. Just go, because at this point, what are you holding on to? Like, it's not all Zach, okay? But 98.9% of it is when it comes to the issues in their relationship. And as much as I did not want to be on Zach's side in this episode, I had to, I'm with him when he right. So when he talked about Fatima not wanting to take accountability, I don't believe he was talking about in that moment or even the situation with Paul. I think he was meaning in general. And I agree with him. Fatima does some things and she does not take responsibility. She does not take accountability. She always wants him to apologize. She doesn't apologize even when he is owed an apology. And I'm like, but I understand why Karen used to cuss his ass out. Because Zach does stupid shit. And then it's like, oh, well, I saw you looking at, Paul the Builder. It's like, but does that even compare to the things that you're doing? Like, I really think about some of the things as I watch ZATIMA, because of course it's about Zach and Fatima, and I have never been a fan of their relationship, but I also sit and I watch and I'm like, there are so many people who would drag Karen for how she talked to Zach. And I'm like, if Fatima would have blew up on Zach in these 2 episodes, would she have been wrong? Like, how dare you consistently disrespect me? And you at this girl house who want to have sex with you. And then the upper hand you've given Deja every time she see Fatima. She know your man want me. Yeah, he may be living with you, but your man want me. Like, it baffles me how Zach is so haphazard when it comes to his relationship with Fatima. He acts jealous. He wants to be, I am the tough guy. I'm this and I'm that. But you mean to tell me you can't put your foot down for this thirsty thought that live next door to you? The fact that he even rented to her was a problem, because the first time that Zach saw Deja, he wanted her. And I'm like, you keep playing with fire. You keep playing with fire. As old people say, you keep playing with fire, you gonna burn. You're going to burn. So it's just, this episode just proved to me more. I don't care how Tyler, whatever he writes for the rest of this season, Zach and Fatima, they need to take a break. Because honestly, as I stated, I don't believe it's all Zach. I do not believe that Fatima has fully healed from her situation with Ian, because she's so overprotective in the sense of she tries to, especially in the beginning of her relationship with Zach, she does too much. She tries to orchestrate everything. She tries to be the one in charge. Hey, I'm going to make sure. No, he's a man. Let him handle his business. So I think she has some residue left over, you know what I'm saying, from why things failed in her relationship with Ian. And even with Zach, he's so damn immature. As she told him, you're not ready for, it lets her know that Zach isn't ready for a relationship. And I'm like, neither are you. If you have to try to control his every move, if you have to try to be so involved with his day to day and you don't trust him to do what he has to do as a man, that lets me know that you don't need to be in a relationship with him either. But this episode here, when it came to this Zach and Deja situation, I was just like, Tyler, what are you doing? What are you doing? This don't even make sense. He's at this woman's house. He's in the bathroom with her while she's in the tub, and he's gazing at her, and you could tell that he wants her. So I just want anybody who I know who be rocking hard for Zach. What did y'all think about this episode? Specifically, the situation with Zach and Deja. Like, did you view that as disrespect? Like, what were your thoughts about that? Like, of course, other things happened in the episode, and I will talk about that when I release the review, which will be tomorrow. But it was just so interesting to me how calm he was, how comfortable he was being in the presence of this woman who was literally naked, and the fact that he actually wants to have sex with her. He was already aroused because the second time he went over there, when he went back to his house, he pulled out the little pocket coochie or whatever, side chick, whatever the thing called. So I'm like, you was already ready. You were already aroused. And not to mention, Deja is the second woman that day who he was hard for other than Fatima. Every time he see Connie, he had attention. Like, you can't control yourself? That's a problem. But that's all I got, child. I just want to talk about that, just to see, what y'all was thinking specifically about, about that situation when it comes to Zach. Like, Fatima is your fiance. She ain't just your girl. She's your fiance, and you thought and then botting next door. I'm done. But thank y'all for listening, and I will holler at y'all later. When.